In this video, we're going to go through the basics of navigating the DTools Cloud application for Office users. So this is primarily for people who are in a sales or support function, accounting functionality, and not applicable to generally field users, which are typically the technicians in the field. So we're going to walk through the basics of how to navigate the actual DTools Cloud GUI. So if you've gotten a DTools Cloud invite, it should have already given you the ability to effectively get to the main homepage. I'd recommend saving that as a bookmark in your browser. Right now I'm doing the Chrome browser through my iPad, but this should be very similar to what you'll see on your desktop computer application. So the first thing I want to walk you through is the ribbon on the left with the specific tabs for each section. You'll see a little caret, a little arrow in the top corner here that allows you to collapse it to just icons or expand it to the full description. We'll go ahead and keep it that way for now. At the very bottom of this ribbon, you'll see your initials, and if you put in a picture, you'll see your picture as well. But that essentially allows you to tap into your profile. It's also a handy place to bring up help documentation, which includes a help bot and a search field that allows you to get to specific topics. You'll also know in the bottom right that there is actually a help bubble here as well with similar functionality, just two different ways to effectively get to the same area. At the very top of the screen, just under my address bar, you'll see the title of the page we're on, which right now is the dashboard. The dashboard is your first landing spot when you open up the application or log into the web address. Your dashboard may be opportunities, which is what I have here, or it may be project-based. We'll show you how to switch that here in just a moment. To the right side of the title, you'll see 4 different icons. That first icon is that function of switching between opportunities and projects. Now when you switch, it'll ask you to set one as a default. I have mine set up right now as opportunities. So I'm looking at sales-focused information every time I open it up, but you'll see the icon changes when I'm in projects. The opportunities version looks like a bullseye or a target, and when I'm in opportunities, the project version looks like a briefcase. And that's consistent with the icons you'll see on the ribbon on the left. The chat bubble right here, this allows you to chat with other users. So that's a handy dandy way to communicate with other people in the office rather than calling them, sending emails, or sending texts. Not everybody pays attention to this all the time though, so if it's time sensitive, you might want to make sure you reach out. But for things that are not time sensitive, this is a great way to go through and chat with any individual by just tapping their name and typing away on what you need to do. The next bubble here is the bell icon. The bell icon will show you your notifications. Notifications will pop up automatically for anything associated with a project or a task or a service call that you are assigned to, as well as any information that happens in an activity where you've been specifically asked for input or been notified. We'll get into that when we get into actual tasks and projects. And then last, the plus button, which is a very simple way for you to go through and add any of these categories. So opportunity, which is, hey, somebody wants to buy something. Service opportunity, which we'll get into later. That's not something that is being used at this moment in time of the recording of this video. Change orders, which are relative to projects. Tasks, which are assigning people out in the field to do things, or billable things even in the office assigned to a project. Service calls, purchase orders, creating a new client versus creating a new contact, and we'll talk a little bit in another video about the difference between them. Requesting payment from a client, and just a general to-do which you can use for yourself as a time management aspect, as well as sending to-dos to others for things that you need done. The last entry here is the time entry, and those are specific to any billable labor. that is you're being asked to add to a project task. Again, we'll get into that in another more advanced video. So the ribbon here on the left will walk you through the different categories, but let's just start with the main dashboard view. So you'll see, since this is opportunity focused, and right now if you'll see Good Afternoon Joe, and to the right it's My Opportunities versus All. This is how you switch between company-wide opportunities and data to your specific opportunities and data. We'll go ahead and leave it in mind for now. So opportunities this month, so based on the information I put in opportunities as far as expected close dates, values, closing percentage. This is a quick, just a quick view of what's happening. Right now I'm filming this at the first of the month, and it's first thing in the morning, so you're not going to see a lot of data here for things happening this month. But it is handy, obviously, to keep eyesight of this as things progress throughout the days and weeks. The to-dos on the right are things that I need to do in this case. I've got an overdue task for Eric, simply because I haven't put my notes in there, but I did reach out to him. And towards the middle here on the bottom, we have opportunities closing this week. Again, I don't have any opportunities that are dated for this week, so that's where that data is not populating. In the very bottom section, you can flip between quotes and opportunities. So right now these are quotes that I've built that have numbers associated with them that are currently in kind of the open development stage, versus opportunities, which I've got opportunities more than just ones this month as far as where they're at. So this is a very quick view of the things that are most needing my attention. So that's the dashboard when I'm looking at opportunities. If I'm looking at projects, you'll obviously see a calendar in the top left. You'll see tasks that are either due today or overdue. And again, that's based on projects that have been scheduled in the field. And then active projects, products that are ready to be viewed, or rather ordered for those projects. I can view that, as well as open change orders for those projects. I can also look at unassigned resources, meaning people that aren't scheduled if I was using that feature, and then upcoming payments, which is a feature that's coming soon. So that's just a little bit about the dashboard. But beyond the dashboard, what we're really going to get into is these individual categories, which I'll do the basic guiding of what they are now. But we'll jump into more specific videos on these in the future. So opportunities, like we talked about, for things that I'm working on in terms of a sales status. Projects, so opportunities that have been won and are in project management and are different relative phases. Service, meaning service calls and service management for service contracts. Purchase orders, obviously meaning things that are being ordered. The catalog, which is actually meaning the products that we're able to pull from to put into our opportunities for quotes. Accounts, which is our list of clients and contacts, as well as billing that's associated with them, as well as a separate billing tab, which is important for people who are managing payment statuses and collecting. Reports, which gets us into sales reports, which are very useful, obviously, for sales management. To-dos, which are able to be looked through of the things that you need to get done for your schedule, whether they've been assigned to you or whether you assign them yourself. And then settings, which gets into your specific settings in terms of your email preferences and things of that nature. So that's just a quick rundown of the basics of the interface, and we'll start jumping into individual categories and videos here in the near future.